1, 2, 3. Controversy.
On today's episode of Controversy Hour, we will be talking about pineapple on pizza first. To you, Tanner, we'll ask your opinion.
So, in my opinion, I'm very neutral about it. I've only had it once, and the one time I did, it was just very. I honestly didn't taste it, to be entirely honest. Like, it was just very neutral. I'm gonna go to Clint because he looks very perturbed. I think I'm using the word right. This is an English thing, after all.
It will.
You seem disturbed about it.
Disturbed.
It will never reach my mouth.
It should, even if you're about to die.
Yes.
Like, there's somebody with a gun to your head and says, "Eat this eat this pizza right now."
I would find lead tastier.
Abraham.
What's so wrong with it? What is wrong with pineapple on pizza?
It's just like the.
Have you ever had it?
Clearly not.
Then you don't know.
Yeah, you're right. But
So it's an
That's
experience.
like being
No,
racist,
so-
but with food.
I
Wait.
like.
How?
I love
Wait,
pizza. Do not get me wrong. Do not get me wrong.
But a little bit of pineapple ruins it for you.
Yes, especially if you take it off because the taste lingers.
But,
Okay, and then let me talk. This is my turn. Okay.
I was just gonna
And
ask
then-
on Abraham's comment.
And I know we'll get to Abe here shortly. Okay, but like you bite into it, you get like the very first one. There's one right on the end of the slice, and you bite into it. Your face is attacked with what I'm assuming would be full of juices that you don't want on a pizza.
Unless you ordered pineapple
on
on
pizza.
Exactly.
Moving to Abraham.
Okay, Abraham, what did you mean by this is a situation where it's like racism but with pizzas?
You can't say anything until you've experienced it. Like you can't, just like how you can't call Jewish people terrible until you've met a couple Jewish people. You can't call pineapple on pizza terrible
Until you've tried it a few times.
So you're saying you need to try a Jewish person?
No.
No.
Actually,
Whoa.
that's exactly what you just said.
No, I'm saying, like, get to know a couple Jewish people before making a decision on their entire race, which
Okay.
is
Well, it's racism no matter what. If you're
Okay, so
I can make an assumption based on something without any knowledge.
I'm
of
not
it.
Jewish.
I'm not calling you Jewish. You just did.
You got the nose for it though.
Oh my God. Ooh.
That was iffy.
Okay, at least I didn't say anything else.
That was iffy.
I mean,
So,
Bumbeer.
but no, I can make an assumption on something without any knowledge of it. The assumption, however, may be incredibly incorrect.
You sound
I
like
will
all
one-
Scientologists.
I will.
Yeah, you
Yes.
honestly do.
I will bring a pineapple on pizza slice for you to try at least at some point.
I won't eat it.
Why
Order
not?
pineapple on
Guaranteed.
pizza right now.
Just chloroform.
Just a pineapple pizza.
That's it.
Don't worry about it, Clint. Don't worry.
Okay. The impossible
The Whopper.
The Impossible Whopper.
Pineapple on pizza.
We move past
We
that.
moved past
We
that.
are on the veggie burger.
All right. So Burger King has recently come out with a burger called the Impossible Whopper that's not actually made out of meat. So, what do you guys think about that? Moving to Tanner, since I know you are, I don't know, are you vegan?
No. You get.
I don't know.
Okay,
you look like it.
See,
Give
here's
off
the
that
thing.
vibe.
See, here's the thing. If you give me something that is, you say it's just a normal, it's like a normal whatever it is, and you say, oh, this is entirely made out of meat, I won't want to kill you. However, I'll be slightly disappointed because it's like, because depending on how good or bad it is, will determine. Because like if it's actually tastes like what it's trying to replicate, then I'll be like, oh, this is a decent product.
The point of the Impossible Whopper is it's cooked on like the grills with the same like burger, so it tastes like the meat, but it's not made out of actual meat.
Them doing that actually got them in a lot of trouble with
Really?
vegetarians. Yeah, no. The
Yeah.
moment they found out that the patty was cooked on the same thing as the burgers, like the actual burgers, vegetarians got so mad. But they can't do anything because the Impossible Whopper is not marketed specifically to them.
It's
That's true.
it's
That's
just
very
as
It's
a-
for anybody.
It's just for anybody that doesn't want to have a meat and
Yeah.
wants to try it. But and I heard this from somewhere, and like a lot of people are making jokes about it, so I want to assume it's true that at least in certain it came up recently that there is either a certain amount or over basically like an over the amount that you usually do in a certain shot of I think it's of estrogen. And basically what it is what they use for if a person's trying to like go through transgender like therapy, like all that sort of stuff.
I don't believe that. I
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
I
actually
would-
really true. They
No,
actually
that's
put-
true. It's
Is
like
it?
it's one of
Okay,
the,
that
Is it true?
yes.
yeah, that's like people saying the Earth is
Estrogen
round.
being in the Impossible Whoppers. What did you
Abraham-
just say? Hey, what did you just say?
I
What did
said like saying
On
that,
the next episode.
Yeah, that's
Is
like
the
saying
Earth
the Earth
big
is
to Abe?
round. Like all these educated people say it, but that doesn't make it true. Have you ever?
Abe,
Hey, we're getting into
down
territory.
topic 6.
No, topic 6 is politics.
Did we land on the moon?
Did we land?
No,
on the
we
moon?
didn't.
All right, now Abe, what's your opinion on the Impossible Whopper?
I think it's fine. The only problem I have is, well, the vegetarian thing. I'm not vegetarian or vegan or anything. I eat meat, but the yeah, same. But the thing is, like, they cook it on the same grill, so I can see why they're upset because it's so near to a dead animal. But then also the commercials for the Impossible Whopper kind of get me because it's always showing like
People that like
this
that look
yeah.
like they love.
Yeah, which is
But it's like
It's
it's like I love Burger King. Oh, this is random burger. Let me try it. Oh, it's a regular burger.
Like-
this ain't a burger.
yeah, stereotypically masculine people, which I have a problem with because I'm not a masculine person.
Because like I remember one time I think it was a commercial where one of the guys was like literally just wearing like, not saying this is like the giveaway for whether someone's like that or not, but it was like wearing like a sports jersey or something.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah, I saw
automatically
that,
assume that sports people are masculine.
Yeah.
What if Elton John were to
which,
wear a
which I guess if you eat the Impossible Whopper, you won't get
You will no longer be
you won't
masculine.
because estrogen.
I still don't know about that.
Okay,
I find that hard to
because
believe.
people have joked about it, oh, you'd like start doing, you'd start like getting stuff that if you just took normal shots from transgender stuff, you'd start like developing when you get from that. However, there's a specific ingredient, I can't remember what it is, but there's a specific thing that they add into those shots when you're trying to do a transgender conversion or whatever it is that like does the activation. It's because estrogen by itself won't do anything. So that's why because obviously people are making the joke of like, oh, it's estrogen. That's what they use for that thing. So they're making the joke with that. But like, obviously, if you just eat it, you're not gonna like start going through that whole thing.
Well, yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
won't eat it.
Because it requires transitional surgery before
That's
you can
gone.
use that estrogen.
Yeah.
Moving on. What are one of the biggest rivalries you guys have ever seen? And it's not the Cubs or Cardinals or McDonald's or Burger King.
Elton People are very offended.
How do you know, Abe?
You can't lie.
You can't lie. People are
Coke
like-
and Pepsi. One of the two biggest soda rivalries.
Rivalries. Sorry.
All right, Tanner. Coke or Pepsi, and why?
I don't drink either.
Well, that's boring.
Okay, well,
No, 'cause,
here,
like-
here, back on me about the whole pineapple. Okay, like
No.
We have
moved
listen,
on.
Listen, no, listen. Okay, what I said about not having any information on the topic, make your own assumption about it.
Okay, because like, look, I have heard from so many people that like they're basically they taste almost exactly the same because like they have almost like they have like similar or almost like exact same in some situations the ingredients. So I would assume they would just taste very similar. Therefore, because I'm going off like what people's opinions are or what people's opinions they say like, well, which one's better? And I honestly I can't say because one, I've never had it, and two,
Right off the top of your head. Now.
Coke.
Okay.
Oh, I see why. I understand.
Honestly-
Okay, actually no. I would say Pepsi.
Nope, you already said Coke. You
It's
already
Peebus.
said Coke. Nope, come on.
PBIS.
Peebus.
Code card.
Peebus.
Code card.
Guys.
There.
Okay.
You deserve a code card.
Code card. Okay.
In my opinion, so I like both of the sodas, but most importantly, I like Coke like more, but I like the cherry Pepsi more than like the cherry Coke.
Yeah.
You see where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
But like, I just find the cherry Pepsi better because it has more of like a rich cherry flavor.
Things you guys
Whereas
with me. Hold
like
on.
the cherry Coke doesn't have like a rich cherry flavor. You can taste more of the Coke.
Yeah.
Than the actual like
Yeah.
cherry. And I really like cherry flavored things, so like I want that cherry flavoring if it's like a cherry flavor. Why are you under the table?
Fall again?
No.
No.
You're good.
Please.
It's on the.
It's on the
Chromebook. It's on the Chromebook.
Can we cut the part where I say something about America and Germany?
All right.
Okay, so I don't know. For me, it's Pepsi. Because I've had both. I've had both an equal amount of times. And I agree with what Justin said about cherry Pepsi being better than cherry Coke. But then also their orange vanilla. I think
There's like orange vanilla.
Oh,
Coke.
yeah,
That's actually really
yeah,
good.
that's really good. So
Is that it? Is that all you're saying?
yeah, I mean Coke can have some good.
Like flavorings, but like in the end, Pepsi's better.
Yeah,
too.
in the end, Pepsi.
Go ahead.
Coke or Pepsi?
Now,
Clinton?
now, I like them both. I used to drink an excessive amount of Pepsi. That is, and that's what partially moved me over to Coca-Cola, because after a while you can start to like taste
The
syrup,
chemicals. Yeah.
the syrup and stuff, and you can feel it.
Mhm.
But with
Like a
and
good or bad way?
it just like a weird way, like you know it's there. You don't really decide, but you just
Yeah,
take
yeah.
a swig. There it is. And then, like, you open it, and it's good for like an hour and a half, maybe.
Yeah, then
but
it
with
goes flat.
Coca-Cola, if you open it up and then seal it back up, you're solid. Like, granted, if you do the same thing with Pepsi, an hour and 30 minutes, stuff like that. But Coca-Cola for me, it just lasts longer.
And we can all agree that McDonald's Coke is the best Coke. out
However,
there.
from
nah.
is like the water thing from like McDonald's and McLean better or anything or nah?
It's well.
Is your water?
Is the water in
is-
McDonald's good
is,
anymore?
Is your
It
soda
depends on-
machine like the ice cream machine?
So for context, I work at McDonald's and stuff like that.
Yeah, so you're being paid to like say good things.
Yeah.
We do have a
Please.
sponsor. We do have a sponsor.
McDonald's!
We have like 25% of a sponsor here because he's getting paid.
For working.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters.
Yes, how is the water?
So the water in McLean
Is
is
it like
overall
Olympia's?
not bad now.
Is it like Olympia?
It's
It's not as
okay.
bad as Olympia's.
Yeah,
If
it's all right.
If it's
All
better than
right.
Olympia, then it's going somewhere.
Yeah, but it really doesn't depend on the water. It depends on if like how much they've changed the filter. Which they change them weekly typically.
Yeah.
So like they change them on a Monday. So if you get there on a Friday, the Coke is probably going to taste worse than what it would taste on a Monday.
Yeah.
So that's basically, but in my opinion, like really good Coke is really good. Like McDonald's Coke is just the best Coke, because if you go to a place that changes the filters legit every single day, it's so good. And now, time to move on to fashion controversies. What do you guys think of socks and sandals? First, we'll start off with Tanner.
Okay, depending on how, okay, because like, okay, my thing is, if it's like decent weather, like it's summer weather obviously, but if it's like, it's fine if it's like decent, like kind of cool summer weather. I'm fine with it then. And even if it's at the beach, I'm fine with it. My concern is when it starts getting to like over like 90 or like 100 degree weather, and you still think it's okay to do socks and sandals. Because first of all, swamp feet.
Ooh.
Your feet are gonna get swampy.
Trench foot.
Trench foot.
That's different. That's like
That's like-
cold
that's like-
mud.
that's
Your
cold-
feet are
that's
never
cold.
able to
Yeah,
dry.
but
cold,
it's
muddy
still
water.
moisture.
Yeah.
But I feel like it'd just be like it would just be a lot more uncomfortable because like with cold, because like with trench foot, it's like I feel like most of the time it's usually with colder water and your feet are usually like numb. It's like how cold it is, so like you just don't feel it. With that, I mean, mind you, like you really don't feel your feet unless you're like it has like you have a pain in it already. But like usually you don't feel like pain in your feet. So like the fact of just like after you're done and you just take off your sock, it's like it's just disgusting.
Do they
But
hurt?
so like.
Sorry.
And then there's like the weird mutant creatures of people that just do it during like the fall and winter.
Yeah,
Like-
there's still people that like have that wear like socks and like those Nike like slides.
Like khaki
now.
dads.
Yeah.
Those I will
Okay,
not like wear
now,
slip-ons.
now the big
and socks.
question, socks and like those like thong and like
no,
those like thong
no,
flip flops where like it goes
Tanner.
like right here.
You have to put the
Ooh.
you have to put the sock on outside.
Yeah, no, that's like outside the entire
That like warns
sandals.
like that warns no need for
No,
shoes.
no, that just wards off all demons.
You're
they,
protecting
they
your
don't
life.
even they don't even want to touch you if you're doing.
No, so like, here's the thing. Like those kind of flip flops are uncomfortable to begin with.
Yeah, I can't walk in those flip flops.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they're fine, but that's just me.
They can be.
I got delicate man feet.
Like in my opinion, like so I really like men's fashion, and I
You're about to
hate.
say men's feet.
On a completely different topic.
No,
No!
I really like men's fashion, and I really think that socks and sandals is a giant sin. Like,
God.
you do not. I'm not trying to be mean about this, but like, you don't.
Do you do that?
Yeah, do you wear socks and sandals?
If I had a pair of sandals, I would.
That is terrible.
You don't know sandals?
I don't.
What is
I
it?
want.
What do you wear to like the pool and stuff like that?
You think I have a pool?
Do you go to the pool over the summer?
No.
Wow, you're worse than
La
me. Okay.
piscina?
Nobody invites me anywhere, guys.
You can just go to
My
a pool.
I just got my
Get your license.
several
like-
months ago, like a week or two before homecoming. That's when I got my license.
Yeah.
Not exactly pool temperature, Tanner.
indoor pool.
Yeah.
I just said I don't have an indoor pool.
Hotel.
Like motel or like going to a place that actually has an indoor pool.
Yeah. Like
Well,
here.
yeah, it's winter, but over the summer, like, do you ever go to the pool? Like with friends?
Once.
There's a. I was about to say.
What'd you wear?
There's a.
Once a year, and
What'd
I
you
wore
wear?
trunks.
No. What?
Oh, I wore tennis shoes and socks.
Yeah, like we didn't ask what you were wearing. Like
I thought
there.
when you were first like going on about it, I thought you were going to say that's like you assume that I wear something. Like you just go through like the dirt and
wear clothes.
No, I was talking about shoes, but okay.
Actually, I like when an outdoor
Actually, I
activity
support
with
nudity.
with water is involved.
On a
like
completely
you got a
different
sprinkler or it's a water fight. I just won't wear shoes normally because I cannot stand
Wet socks.
wet socks. I cannot.
I just can't stand.
I don't think anyone can because that will actually cause trench foot if you get
Yeah.
like
Well,
Exactly.
no. Okay, it's not even like that. I know that's bad,
But it's just like no,
but
the feeling.
it's just
No, because it's just like fabric like completely enclosing your foot and it's wet.
Yeah.
And most of the time it's cold.
Yeah, it's like waterboarding, but for your foot.
well. Sorry, Justin, for taking your. Go back on your.
Well,
rant.
it's not. Well, it's now your turn because my thing was over, or is it Abraham's turn?
I'd say it's Abraham.
Yeah.
I think
for what?
ours
So-
was
Yeah.
just like
Like
together.
together, yeah.
Yeah.
For
it's your
socks
turn.
with sandals?
Yeah,
Yeah.
socks and sandals.
Oh, well, you know, unless you're a tacky 40-year-old man with
Why did you look at me?
No, I
Certain things.
no, I
looked at me.
No, I was like looking at you. I was like, where is he going with this? I was like, is this supposed to go?
unless you're Steve Carell from the film.
Office?
No.
The Office?
No, yeah, unless you're that kind of guy.
Or the Anchorman?
No.
But what's
The
the movie
Office.
you're talking about?
You could say virgin.
I don't know if I can. I don't know. If
We've talked
Virgin,
about
okay.
Jews in Germany
Okay,
and
fine.
America.
Unless you're like Steve Carell from the 40-Year-Old Virgin and you still have something wrong with you, I mean, you shouldn't wear socks and sandals. It's just a big no.
Moving
So-
on to the next fashion sin, we'll move on to jorts.
Fashion shin?
It's a sin.
It's a sin.
Shin.
But jorts. What do you think, Tanner?
Okay, so obviously there is just like obviously there are like tailored or at the very least like professionally like made at actual stores.
No, it's just jeans.
Okay, no, okay. It's
That's
like,
all they do.
No, because like okay.
It's like the same thing with like cut jeans. They just take a pair of scissors and
Well, I mean,
cut
they
it.
could like tailor it like they do with like actual jeans, like it's like tailored at the ends. But I mean, I'm just like, there's obviously like those, and then there's the ones where like people will just like take an old pair of jeans, and it's like, well, it's your time, and just like cut it.
It's your time.
Because I mean,
Me at
okay,
myself.
and it's
Stop! Stop!
like, okay, because like my thing is,
Probably.
or just
Probably.
or just cut it
I
out. Like
can
that's a
do-
good.
I
There's a lot of iffy stuff in here.
Guys, I can do that for you if you need.
She's not gonna watch all my videos. though.
We haven't even got to politics yet.
And we're already saying some.
And we're already
iffy
across
stuff.
the line.
Okay, because like okay, my
Well,
thing,
we have 18
my thing
videos,
is.
18 podcasts.
If it's at a decent like if it's just barely above the knee,
God.
then it's fine. Like I don't think it's a problem. When you get to the point where you can like see the actual pocket, like the design pocket, that's when it becomes
Yeah,
an
no,
issue.
you're right.
Oh, like those, like you know,
Like,
like
no,
the ones-
it's over the
there's like
jean.
those little ones.
Oh,
that
no,
are,
no,
like,
no, no, no.
right here.
I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the ones where it's like, it's
Guys,
like
okay, we do not need a diagram.
Yeah.
no, I'm
we
just
do not
saying.
need
Like,
a visual representation. We can put it in our brains ourselves.
I'm not saying.
Sorry, I'm a model.
I'm not saying
What
like.
did you just
I'm
say?
sorry, I'm a model.
I'm not saying like.
Work it.
No. Okay, but no, I'm not saying like jean. Like I'm not saying the ones where like they're like all the way up here. I'm just saying the ones where it's like just like it's like barely above like the mid thigh, and like you can like see the actual like fabric of the pocket
Yeah,
itself.
that's
When it's like just like that little bit, if it's like a little bit, okay, it's fine. But if it's about like a half the pocket, then it's a bit of an
Then
issue.
it's too
Because,
short.
like,
Yeah, but no, I have seen that on some
just,
people.
Like, cuts your pocket.
Yeah, like
And then you try to put like.
It's like,
your
oh,
phone
let me
in
put my
there.
phone in my pocket.
Your hand just goes. It's like.
Oh, that's
Wait
good.
a minute.
Wait a minute.
Wait, where's my wallet?
That's honestly a really good way to pickpocket somebody. I have to keep that in mind.
Well,
Depending on how
the
You
road
hear that?
pickpocketer strikes again. Can he use pockets?
That's a good controversy topic.
Pickpocketing?
Yeah.
How is that? No, it's illegal.
It's illegal.
Exactly.
No, it's controversial.
Exactly.
It's like I think pickpocketing is okay because they're just trying to just make
They're
a
just trying to like.
survive.
Not really. Some of them would just do it because they want to.
Yeah,
Just
like me.
mean people.
All right. So we're still on
Did you
jorts
call
right now. Is it
pickpocket?
my opinion now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just absolutely hate jorts because like they're really uncomfortable. Like honestly, like half of the like old jorts just like are like rough and like they like rub against your like leg and like.
Oh, you're talking about the good guy.
Well, I'm talking about the bad guy.
No, you're talking about like you're talking about like the original like
No,
not like
no.
the no flex.
These are the good genes.
Like
No, the
the-
good genes are the ones that flex.
Yeah.
No,
Like
Mine.
these,
Yeah.
these are like
These are good
Nah.
ones. These are good. These flex.
those are. I want a good pair of like work jeans, like work jorts. You know, sorry.
Work
jorts.
Work jorts.
Absolutely.
I feel like that would
I just
be,
don't
I
like
feel
them. I
like there
think
was a
they're
secret purpose of
stylish.
having work jorts. It's like, oh, I was like, I want to wear my jeans, but I'm gonna wear jorts, and you get an injury on like the lower half of your leg.
Like some
You
people.
clearly have never seen my yard.
Like some people can pull off jorts, but when you get to like those cargo like baggy shorts, like those.
I wear
jorts-
cargo shorts.
Yeah, cargo
No,
shorts
like
are
the
God.
baggy jorts, like cargo
Oh,
jorts. Do you know what
yeah.
those are? They're just jorts with pockets.
Where are we at? We're at 22 minutes. Okay.
It's fine, but like they're
I'm just checking time.
like some people that wear them like baggy, like where they're like it's like a black hole, like in
A black hole.
that's like just embalming their leg. Then that's just like no. Do you-
20 was big words.
Have you ever seen like
Hey.
Have you ever seen like those people wearing jorts and they're like the leg is just so baggy that it looks like they have a really scrawny leg?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, because like what that's reminding me of was a thing like back in like either it was like the 90s or the 80s, where like it was a normal length at the top, and then when it got down to the bottom of the leg, it
Yeah.
was so wide. It was wider at the
Bell
bottom.
bottoms.
Okay, that's what
Yeah.
it was. That,
All
Next
right,
time.
Clinton, your turn.
that's it.
Okay, so
You already were kind of like saying your opinion a little bit.
believe
Yeah.
it or not, I don't ever recall wearing jorts.
Really, not even unironically, like when you're like 6 or 7.
Yo, neither do I.
Oh,
Don't
that-
feel
No,
bad.
no,
that's- that's probably- well, I don't remember.
Well, that's the
Six or
thing,
seven.
'cause, like,
Like,
When I started dressing myself, I never wore jorts. But like when like my parents dressed me before school, I always wore jorts.
No, because
Do you let your
like
parents dress you?
no, because like I wear like shorts that are like a different material and aren't like specifically cargo, but like for me, like, I don't think I've like legitimately ever worn like specifically like shorts. It's either been like cargo or some other material.
Probably like chino or like khaki.
Now,
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about jorts, but cargo shorts,
Are amazing.
they are the
Love those.
because you got so many pockets.
Yeah, you got like
Six.
one.
I could walk
one,
around with a
two,
Subway sandwich in this one, my
three,
water
four,
bottle in this one, phone, wallet.
Why don't you get cargo pants?
I
One,
did have
2, 3,
Wear 'em.
4, 5,
Did,
6,
plural.
7.
They're small.
Yeah, you have 7 pockets instead.
8.
Of, no, that's number 7.
Oh, that's number
One,
7.
That
is
four,
number 7. Okay.
5, 6.
7.
Guys.
We're not saying anything outright.
All right, Abraham. What's your
Abraham.
opinion on jorts?
Y'all, I just love denim, so yeah, probably.
I just love denim.
I've never
Denim.
worn.
I
I've
just
never
love denim.
worn
I'll tell you what,
jorts.
boy.
I've
Okay,
never
what's
worn
the
like a
next
denim
topic?
vest, but jorts sound like a good idea for me.
What was that?
It's politics time in this controversy hour, and you guys are probably about to get triggered. So recently, we have all heard about the Iran drone bombing, killing the Iranian general.
What kind of
Let me
Soleimani.
search up the name
It's
so
Sol-
none
it's
of us are
Soleimani.
right.
It's
Oh, wait,
Soleimani.
wait, before we get to that, can we just talk about saying, okay, the difference between saying search, look up, and search up? Does that?
It's
that
not that big.
everyone
Okay,
else?
okay, yeah, okay. How about
How
this?
have you-
How about this?
Nobody's ever confused me with 4 words before.
I think
That's
there was
5
5
words.
words.
Okay, so
Exactly.
Okay, so is this the last topic or not? Or, 'cause I was
Well,
saying,
we're talking about a lot of politics now.
Yeah.
no, I
And we
was,
might get into Jeffrey Epstein.
no, I was saying because like I feel
Didn't
like,
kill
I feel,
himself.
I feel like we could stop it here and then like we could continue and just like have that be the second podcast. Like do like a specifically politics episode.
Yeah, because
That's true.
because
Like we just stop it and then make the other one like right now.
don't
we're
even
on.
cut this part of the discussion out. Just leave it there.
Yeah, because it's like a
All right.
teaser for the next
Well,
episode.
no, we got to do an outro.
God, what's the outro?
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
But